And welcome back. If you were with us yesterday, we told you that this is already prom season, and after senior proms, of course, come graduation, and then before you know it, reunions. Now, in the old days, it was easy to get the kids from the hood together, but in today's mobile society, it is a lot tougher. Enter the internet and websites like classmates.com, where you can find old friends, and in one case, even a musical legacy.
When I think back on all the crap I learned in high school.
When Paul Simon wrote the words to Kodachrome, this is the high school he had in mind. Literally, Forest Hills High School in Queens, New York. In the 1970s, the school's Alumni Association disbanded. So when some friends from classes of the 1960s wanted to hold a reunion, they had almost no place to start.
All of this was done on the internet. Classmates was a great thing for this because what I did was, I'm a member of Classmates, so I could email 20 people a night that there's a reunion. So we emailed the whole of Forest Hills High School from 1960 to 75.
This was the reunion.
67, 68, and definitely 69.
69! More than 500 people from more than a dozen years worth of Forest Hills High School classes. To Elliot Wertheim and John Hartman, it wasn't the numbers that mattered, however. They hadn't seen each other in more than 30 years.
My goodness, man. Unbelievable.
Back in the 1960s, when Forest Hills gave birth to groups like Simon and Garfunkel and the Ramones, Wertheim and Hartman had a band of their own, the Brigands. It was the era of the Beatles, and thousands of garage bands wanted to be just like the Fab Four. But unlike most of them, the Brigands actually got a one-shot deal with Epic Records. The A-side of the Brigands record, I'm a Patient Man, was pick hit of the week on one radio station in Erie, Pennsylvania. But that was about it.
And the Forest Hills High School reunion is one of 22,000 that Classmates.com has helped organize this year alone. Mark Stutzler is the president of Classmates.com, and he joins us now from Los Angeles. Thanks very much for being with us. So how does your service work?
Well, people come to the website to literally try to find someone that they're looking for. They register with the site, and then once they get into the site, they see the list of the names of people that they've completely forgotten about. They end up connecting with those as well. And
you've organized 22,000 reunions this year alone. That's pretty remarkable.
It is. Last year we did 35,000. This year, as you say, we're already done 22,000. We're on track to do over 80,000 this year based on the trends that we've seen in the past.
Why do you think it is that your site is so popular?
Well, when people get to be about 35 years old, they look up into the rearview mirror of their life, and they realize that life is much more than just an accumulation of accomplishments. It's mostly about relationships. They begin to become nostalgic, typically for a high school buddy or a college roommate or someone they served in the military with.
Your website is also one of the few that is actually profitable, I think, yeah. Which is a pretty remarkable feat these days. To what do you attribute that?
Well, first of all, we have two revenue streams. Unlike typical websites, we have both subscription revenues as well as advertising revenues. And we've also done a really good job of controlling our costs.
So how does the consumer have to pay for this information? Do you pay to sign up, or is it paid only when you want to make a contact with somebody?
The website itself primarily is free. When you come to the website, you can register, you can see almost everything on the site for free. But if you want to communicate with someone else, either by email or on one of our message boards, you need to become a paid subscriber, and that's $3 a month.
And you have about 25 million paid subscribers, is that right?
Actually, we're closer to 30 million total people in the database, a little over 2 million paid subscribers.
Now, is it just Classmates you can contact, or are there other services you offer as well?
No, it's Classmates within. Well, when you say Classmates, it's within school, or it's in the military, or also in the workplace as well.
Okay. Now, I also understand you just started a service for former colleagues who used to work together, and they can track each other down.
Exactly. We launched about 2 weeks ago. Classmates launched the Workplace Directory, which has a listing of over 1.1 million businesses, so you can find your old work buddies as well.
All right. Well, Mark Schultzer, president of Classmates.com, thanks very much for being with us this morning. I'll go check out my own class. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
All right, Paula?
Have you done it before?
I have not, no.
Well, you know what they did here the other day? They did a search of my junior high school friends.
Oh, really?
Actually, no. We've tried to figure out who I went to junior prom with, and I remembered, and they did a nice little search, and I got all the stats. It was really fun.
What was the theme of your prom again?
Undersea enchantment.
I love that.
And I wore lovely lavender. Oh, the dress was so hideous, and I have the pictures to prove it. I'll share it with you all someday.